I mean, this was definitely more of the coming of age movie. That's why I found it funny when Chuck threw it in the group chat and was like, "Was this the right movie?" It said comedy drama or comedy action. I'm like, "There's no action in this movie."
Oh, there's a little bit of action between Steve Buscemi and a 18-year-old.
Well, yeah, but that's the thing. I was the action that they were talking about.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah.
Chuck, this is the part where you do the introduction.
Yeah. Brothers, sisters, gender resistors. Welcome to another episode of the Comic Book Rundown presents Rundown Reviews. I, of course, am the man that did this introduction. I'm joined. That's my new name now. I'm just the man that did this introduction. I'm joined. I heard myself say it the other day on one of the past episodes, and I was like, "Oh, I never actually said my name." Okay, this is just my gimmick, man.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I never actually said my name. It was Unbreakable because Chris was on, and I immediately just jumped to Chris. That's pretty funny.
Yeah, tracks.
I'm joined by Ron and Joe of the Comic Book Rundown. Welcome, boys. We watched 13 Ghost Ships. I'm really excited about it. It was great. It was a great
13 Ghost Ship World. Say it right.
Yeah, 13 Ghost Ship World. We watched a movie called Ghost World.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Ron, you've never seen this before.
Nope.
Joey?
Nope. First time for me.
No. Okay. So I looked it up, to see what it was streaming on. By the way, it's free on Tubi.
It was free on YouTube also.
Free on YouTube. It'll probably stay free on YouTube.
Probably.
And you don't have to watch ads on YouTube.
Yeah, you do.
Not if you change the URL.
Oh, well, not me. I watch it on my phone, so you can't change the URLs.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway,
the app.
What the fuck was I talking about? Oh, right. I have seen stills and clips from this movie, and I legit thought this was the Daria live action movie, like from MTV's Daria.
Right.
Yeah.
How dare you?
Well, okay, but am I wrong?
Yeah, you are wrong.
Like if they were doing a movie adaptation of Daria, I think this is a little kind of on the nose.
Thora Birch would be a decent Daria, actually.
Oh, see, I thought her as the friend. I thought Scarlett Johansson was Daria.
Oh, I was just thinking of the hair. Right?
Daria had long brown hair.
Am I thinking of the wrong? Maybe I'm thinking.
No, I think you're thinking of Daria's friend, who has hair very similar to Enid in this.
Enid.
Yeah.
Yep, I'm thinking the wrong. Sorry, that's my bad.
It is your bad. Shame on you.
Yeah, Shame on you.
Look, I didn't watch Daria a lot. Okay,
I'm
sorry. Yes, I pulled it up. Okay.
I also will say I don't think I've ever seen an episode of Daria. So, anyway, so I just randomly messaged some people. I was like, "Yo, have you ever seen this movie?" And most haven't. Most have never heard.
Can't imagine why not.
So, I mean, this movie came out, it did not do good in theaters. It had like a $8 million budget, only made like $7 million. It bombed, but it got a cult following on the back end.
Correct. So
was it by creepy middle-aged dudes who like to hit on?
No,
it
was by people who actually enjoyed the comic.
There's a comic.
That's why.
Shut up. Let me finish my fucking sentence. God damn it! It is not creepy old men. And I wouldn't even say it's people who liked the comic. The people who watched this fucking movie were 15 or not even 13-year-old girls. Because the people who did see this movie watched it when they were like 13 or 14 after it had come out on DVD and VHS, and it claimed that this is one in their top 3 favorite movies of all time.
It makes sense. This is a coming of age movie.
Yeah. So like that's the target market, I guess, that like developed and created and like made this a genuine cult classic, because nobody otherwise has ever fucking heard of this. It had its run on Tumblr for like back in the 2010s of like popularity, I would say, but that would have been those people, you know. So
I've known about this movie as a comic book movie for quite some time, but it was always one of those I'm like, well, I might eventually watch it, but it's never been a movie that I've been like dying to watch. This is also like one of Scarlett Johansson's first movies. I think this is like her 6th or 7th movie.
Yeah,
ever.
I think she was in some TV stuff, and then she was in the 3rd Home Alone.
Yep, that was actually the first movie I've ever seen her in.
Same. I didn't realize it until I was looking through her IMDb today. That was the first movie I'd ever seen her in, because I thought the first movie I'd ever seen her in was The Perfect Score, which is like
another
a couple
great
years
movie.
after this. Fantastic movie. So I also thought Scarlett Johansson was older than me, but she is a month and 10 days younger than me.
Yeah, she's our age.
Mm-hmm.
What are we doing with our lives? Shit.
you guys are old though.
I mean, I suppose if my parents had money and been able to pull me out of school, to act,
Become
I could
an
have
actor.
done that too.
Yeah. But yeah.
But unfortunately, some of us don't have parents, or only have, half of their parents, or, whatever.
We should start doing a bingo for us every time we.
Yeah, but like regardless, we're all poor, and that's really
right.
what made the difference. So, not necessarily having parents, just being poor.
Or if we would have lost our parents somehow and got money from it, as opposed to them just dying.
Yeah, it's true, I guess.
Sure.
Yeah, well, that would have been nice. What was I gonna say? Shit, never mind. Wasn't important.
Yeah. So, I don't know about you guys, but Ron, I know you, but Chuck, did your graduating class have sponsors?
Sponsors?
Like when you graduated, or did anybody, anytime any of your school, any class when they graduated, did they have sponsors?
Like corporate sponsors?
Yeah.
Like pay for it? No.
Yeah, because
Like
I know Norwell didn't.
Okay, I will say this much. We did not get like Coca-Cola to sponsor our thing, but definitely the local businesses would take ads out in the programs.
Okay,
and that paid for, I don't even remember. It helped pay for the after prom party, I think, and then like like the flowers at graduation. We got flowers.
That's in the flyer though. They had on their banner that was like graduating class of whatever. It said brought to you by, and then I don't remember what.
Tropicana, Hostess, and Dunkin' Donuts.
There we go.
Yeah, I think that's more of like just a big city thing. Like public schools, like in New York, I would assume in the city, we would see that like at all the different PS, schools, like public school, like 128 or whatever, they probably have like corporate sponsorships helping. Also, what year did they graduate? It was 96?
Did it say? Because I didn't think it said.
Yeah, I thought it said graduating.
98, I thought, but I could have.
Was it 98?
Okay. It might have been.
I didn't pay attention that much. Sorry.
But during the ceremony, we did get one of my favorite lines in the movie, where she's like, "I liked her better so much when she was an alcoholic crack addict."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Talking about the girl in the wheelchair. Also,
speaking,
did your guys' graduating class also have, or I guess your guys' school have a continuously brought up kid that got into an accident and we had to hear about it every 30 seconds?
No, not that. I had 3 teen moms that graduated with me. And the other like thing that got brought up a lot was the old principal had gotten moved to the bus depot as like director of the transportation for the bus systems because he had said some like sexual comments during a board meeting or something, and they moved him. And then his daughter was in my graduating class, and they made it like super weird where she wanted to receive her diploma from her dad. So he like came up on stage and like took the diploma from the then acting principal and like took it from her and gave it to his daughter, and they like hugged and stuff, and it was like really fucking weird.
Wow, nepotism at its best. All right.
Right there.
Yeah, it was like really fucking weird.
What's
Now,
really interesting.
We had a kid that was like, I think 2 years ahead of me or something that they brought up at every thing that we had at school because he got into an accident and hurt himself. And
Who was that?
Ryan Stevens or something like that. It would have been your grade or the grade
That's what-
before you.
Had to have been a grade above me because I was 2 years ahead of you.
Yeah, so it would have been.
I don't remember
your grade or
Brian
the grade
Stevens.
below you then.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe it was Steffens. I don't know. I just
Either way.
remember them bringing it up all the time because he got into a drunk driving accident or something, and yeah.
Yeah, no, I can't. I mean, there was definitely some kid that died in a drunk driving accident because they would during like the last week when it was like prom week and stuff, they always would bring the car out.
So here's my foil hat for the day. Is I think that schools intentionally kill and maim children in accidents to make it seem like there's a drunk driving epidemic, and they sacrifice children to this ideal all the time just so they can have things like DARE and stuff sponsored.
I mean, maybe, or the kids are just can't hold their liquor.
Or are driving while drunk. Yes, I know. It was a joke, Joey.
No, I'm with Ron on this one. No, yeah, that sounds like a solid. I mean, like fuck, we didn't think that there was a international Illuminati pedophile ring, but here we are.
I don't know. We've been warned about that for years. Nobody just took it seriously, and anybody that they did take seriously on it, they made sure they grounded.
Right.
Yeah,
My point. And Joey was not taking you seriously. So there you go. You're already in there, bud.
I mean, look, nobody takes Israel, the threat that Israel has seriously, but yet here they are wiping nations off the planet, and specifically
That's just a holy war.
Specifically, I'm really pissed off right now because Mike Braun, who's a douchebag, trashy piece of shit, and I hope he dies in a terrible, horrible way, is sending specifically Indiana state taxes to Israel. $15 million. And I don't know if anybody knows anything about Indiana. You can't drive down our roads without dipping your car into a hole that you can't see the horizon from. But we're going to send $15 million to Israel. Fuck Israel. And fuck Mike Braun. And fuck Donald Trump. And fuck ICE. Did I miss anybody?
Yeah, I mean, there's like a laundry list.
There's a giant list. I mean,
I mean,
we'd be here for the entire
fuck
hour. But
pedophiles.
well, I don't really want to.
Speaking of pedophiles, Steve Buscemi in this movie, really fucking awkward. He is 147 in this movie,
right?
So I had to look up the age difference because I wanted to make sure he actually was not making out with an underage kid. Now,
she graduated.
I was 17 when I graduated.
Listen,
I was 16. I was 16 when I graduated. She would have been 17.
Yeah, Scarlett Johansson in this movie was only 15 when they filmed, 16 when it came out.
So Thora Birch was 18 when they filmed, 19 when they came out. There was a 25-year difference between her age and Steve Buscemi. So he was 32. So technically legal. I gotta use the air quotes there. That being said,
That's what most of the baby daddies to the kids that were pregnant in my high school said. So
Dave Cross was also a degenerate creep in this.
That yes, 100%. But
which one was he?
David Cross, the bald dude with the glasses at the record party or whatever.
he was one hitting on Scarlett Johansson,
Okay,
Rebecca.
okay. I know. I always recognized that dude and never knew his name.
That's fair. Can we backtrack though to the greatest character in this movie, which is Doug at the convenience store? I thought that was Pony for a second there. Until I saw his freaking ripped out abs and shit, and then I was like, "Oh!" I was like,
mean,
"Maybe
he kind of looks like
based himself on though."
Kind of looks like what's his name? Stifler, Sean William Scott, a little bit with a mullet.
I thought he kind of looked like Napoleon Dynamite's brother or cousin or whatever, but
yeah,
taller and buffer.
Is he the guy who plays Doofy in Scary Movie?
I don't think so because
he looks super familiar.
I thought so too, but here's. Oh wait, yeah, no, he is Doofy.
Okay, that's what I thought. Okay,
which he's going to be in Scary Movie 6, so yeah, he comes back for Scary Movie 6.
Nice,
allegedly.
Why are they still making those?
Why not?
Because they're not funny. They weren't funny after the second one.
I mean, I agree.
Yeah,
with that.
Well, the 6 actually, the Wayans brothers are actually coming back and doing this, so it's gonna be funny again.
Let's hope. Remember when they did all the spinoffs? They did like action movie or epic movie, and they did
and
the superhero movie, and there was a Spartan movie.
I think there was like a date movie or something like that.
Yeah,
date movie. And to think, to think it was not another teen movie that started the whole thing.
Was it?
That one was good.
I thought that was pretty fun.
Yeah.
Well, I think it was Scary Movie that started it, and then not another teen movie came out.
No, another teen movie came out first. I'm pretty sure.
I'm looking up Scary Movie. You look up not another teen movie.
Got it.
I'm almost positive. Which is also important to remember.
2001, not another teen movie.
2000. Scary Movie.
Oh.
Scary Movie came out first.
Maybe I just saw not another teen movie before I saw it.
But not another teen movie, like it makes sense. Like Scary Movie, not another teen movie, like doing the movie thing at the end, like having that motif, like worked for the time, and then it became when the spoof movies were just a thing.
Yeah,
they kind of stopped being a thing.
That's true. Also, Captain America put the banana in his ass in that movie.
Yes, he
did. Correct.
Yeah, shout out. Anyway,
Chris Evans had some great movies prior to being in the Marvel.
And he would love for you to forget about him, so never forget about him.
Never. Are you kidding me? Those are some of his greatest movies.
Dude, Perfect Score is a great
Perfect
movie.
Score is a fantastic movie.
You've never seen
it?
You've never seen it? Oh,
go check it out. All right, that's my recommendation. Go check out Perfect Score.
That's not the end of the show yet.
Scooby-Doo, everybody! All right, see you later.
Come on, guys. I've only covered like 3 of my notes. Steve Buscemi's roommate in this, Joe, he's the dude from Heavyweights, right?
Yes, he is.
Okay, because as soon as he came onto the screen, I'm like, oh, is that him? And I was like, wait. I was like, when was that movie made? I was trying to think like if they would have been around that time, and it would have been like 7 years after, but because I think Heavyweights came out in like 95 or 94 or something.
Yeah.
I think that's the only thing I really recognize him from is that.
That's the only thing I've ever seen him in. Maybe probably a SNL skit or something, or I know it wasn't on SNL, but probably one of those variety shows.
Yeah, maybe
somewhere. I got written down here that Norm is definitely a drug dealer, sitting at that bench constantly.
He's not a drug dealer. He's senile and hasn't taken his medication.
I don't know.
So there's the little thing where they have that comedian on TV, right?
Yeah.
That dude would have been hilarious now. If he would have been a comedian now, he would have knocked it out of the park. All the self-death jokes and stuff, he would have been a freaking hoot.
Yeah, he would have done really well.
Yeah.
So I can't. Now Thora Birch has been acting at this point in time for quite a while. Like she was in Hocus Pocus,
First movie I ever saw her in,
and other movies, and then this movie. I've seen her in other movies. I just can't think of any of the movies I've seen her in.
Right, like that.
But like she is the worst crier. She
American
cried
Beauty.
in this
She's in American
same.
Beauty.
She's what?
American Beauty. I didn't realize that.
Oh yeah, because she's what's his Creepo's daughter.
Now and Then.
Yeah. Okay. She has been in a couple movies.
Yeah.
But she still cries the exact same way in this as she did when she was like 10 years old in Hocus Pocus, and it still looks just as bad.
Right.
Like
maybe she was doing an homage to that character. See, I actually took it as she was being performative in that moment. Like I knew that she was upset, but she didn't really start crying until her dad walked in to tell her that Maxine was going to move back in, and that's when she started crying even heavier. And so I took that as her kind of doing like alligator tears in hopes that he wouldn't. You know what I mean?
Well, no, but at this point, she'd already gotten a fight with her best friend. She got in a fight, sort of, with Seymour. Right?
Well, she didn't necessarily get in a fight with Seymour. Seymour is basically like ignoring her because he had a girlfriend now.
So it's kind of a fight.
Yeah, I guess.
That's what I said.
Seymour at that point, Steve Buscemi's character, at that point, has told her he doesn't really want to hang out anymore because he's trying to like make his girlfriend relationship work.
Well, yeah, because the girlfriend finds it weird that he's hanging out with somebody so young.
It
makes sense.
It is kind of weird. It is kind of weird. See, I go back and forth on this a lot because it is weird and there's clearly uncomfortable tension between the two. But I also, in general, hate, regardless of gender, hate this idea that older people can't have friendships with people who are younger.
See, that's not the problem. The problem isn't the friendship. The problem is that there's like definitely sexual tension between the two of them, and that's what makes it fucking weird. Is that
right?
There's like a 35-year age difference between or 25-year age difference.
Yeah.
Well, we don't. I mean, yes, but we also don't know how old he's actually supposed. I mean, granted, they say like they reference how old he is regularly, like the fact that he has to wear a girdle for his back, and
the fact that he's been at this job for like 19 years or something.
Yeah, 19 years or something like that. Yeah.
So yeah, he's probably in his mid-30s to late 30s, maybe.
Right. Yeah. Also, he absolutely got his life destroyed by her.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Because like 100%. Not only but it was also, I guess, not by her, by his own stupid decisions. Because there's no way.
But it's by her though.
What?
Like it's mainly by her. Like so everything that she did.
No.
But he wouldn't.
No.
If he was thinking straight, if he was actually thinking like a mature adult would have been thinking, he wouldn't have let her borrow that thing that he borrowed from work.
Yeah, he knew for a fact that he was not supposed to let people see that.
Yep.
They made it very clear at his job that he was not allowed. And she is a child. She's still a child who doesn't understand consequences.
And that's the thing. So that's really at the end of the day, that's really the whole point of this movie. She doesn't want to grow up. Where Rebecca, when they graduate, you see them still trying to hold on to that childhood of going out, making fun of people, picking on like their friends and just making like what
or the really super shitty thing they did to Seymour at the beginning of the movie.
Right. Doing all these crappy things to all these people. And then the realization comes where Rebecca's like, no, I got to get a job. I want to move out. I want to actually have a life. And so you see her go from this child and you actually watch her progress and become more of an adult. Like you see her wearing t-shirts and like whatever clothing and moving into like actual like regular adult clothes. That's really bright. Regular adult clothes. Moving into an apartment on her own, having to pay for all the stuff by herself, where Enid is just can't. She doesn't want to do any of that. At the end of the day, she's like, I don't want to move in with you. Because I want to just live off of, live off of you, live off of my dad, live off of Seymour, live off of everybody, and not want to actually grow up. So yeah, like she bums everything off of Seymour, and you're correct. She should not have taken that from him. He should not have.
He should not have let her have it. But also,
at the same time, he shouldn't have had it though. He even said, like, I borrowed it from work, and it's been 15 years, and I guess it's mine now. It's like, no, it's not yours. You're supposed to take it back. Take it back.
But also, I mean, fuck corporations. But
that too.
But no, they shared a bottle of champagne.
Right.
And then were so drunk they made bad decisions.
Now, she was drunk, probably because she had, no, at that point, she's had a couple beers. Like, she had a beer at the bar. No.
I mean, they talked
about beer at the party. The
record party thing or whatever.
Which, how the hell did she figure that? How did she know about that? I doubt
he told her about it.
Did he?
Yeah, he said, I didn't really think you'd be interested in coming to this. Because it's just a bunch of boring people doing boring things.
Well, because he specifically says, he's like, I would have given you a heads up. This is actually what it's like, because I didn't think you'd actually want to come to it.
Right.
Okay. He's like, it's more of like an auction, kind of thing.
But then I feel bad for Rebecca because Enid drug her to it.
Right, and it wasn't anything. It was just a bunch of creepy old dudes talking about records.
So like. It makes perfect sense that Rebecca kind of started hating on Enid for a while.
Just not just that, but like Enid kept standing her up and kept not responding to her, kept pushing off that they the fact that they were supposed to move in together, kept turning down all the apartments that she found for them to move in together with.
Enid's a terrible friend.
Enid is a terrible friend. Yeah. So when Steve Buscemi's in the hospital, right? And Enid leaves the hospital after talking to her and goes out and talks to Rebecca.
Mm-hmm.
That hospital was them just using the outside of a restaurant as a hospital, right?
Yeah, probably.
Okay, because that looked like your basic Italian restaurant, and they just wrote hospital on the awning.
Oh, it's an outpatient hospital at that.
Yeah.
So like he was gonna be in and out that day.
It was a clinic. It was an outpatient clinic, yeah.
But it looked like an old Italian restaurant that they had just wrote.
I mean, okay, so like realistically speaking, that actually just might be an actual out clinic, or like free out clinic spot, because there's definitely one in my town where they like literally set it up in an old restaurant.
Interesting.
Yeah, gross.
I mean, yeah, that makes sense. A little walk-in clinic, it is usually just a small little one-story building.
Yeah.
I did love when Enid brought Seymour to the gas station to meet Josh, and he's making the ice cream, and then turns around and sees Seymour, and he drops the ice cream, and the little girl just starts crying.
But that's because of what they did to Seymour.
Exactly.
Okay, so for reference for everybody that's not seen this movie, in case you haven't seen this movie, they see an ad in the classifieds where this guy is talking about how he met this woman at the airport.
Saw this woman at the airport across the way.
Helped her find her contact lens.
Oh, did that? Oh, was that what it was?
Yes, it was.
Oh, I wasn't listening. Okay.
He met her he ran into her at this airport. She was looking for a contact lens. He helped her find it. Enid called and pretended to be the girl to set up a date for them to meet at this place. He shows up and he waits there for quite a while because they were closing down by the time that I think it opened it, or she told him to meet him at noon or something.
Noon or 1, and then he waited there for like an hour or two.
It was longer than that because I thought they were closing up the restaurant.
No, he got a milkshake and drank his milkshake.
But
he drank it up. Sorry, couldn't help myself.
But they stayed there and they made fun of him the whole time he was sitting there, basically, and then found out that they followed him home
again. Creepy as fuck.
Yeah, and then found out that he lived close to where they lived, and then run into him later on, and then Enid becomes friends with him. Never tells him about the horrible thing that she's done, and then Rebecca ends up being the one that tells him towards the end of it because she didn't want him being any more, messed up by this than.
Well, no, it's because she was under the impression Enid had already told her.
Yeah,
I guess
this is after Enid had become friends with him.
Yeah,
after Enid and him slept together.
Yeah.
So at this point, Rebecca probably thinks that
then he tells her that he hasn't, and she's like, "Oh, you need to see this," and then hands him the notebook that's got all the things in it.
Right.
And he looks through the first couple of pages, sees the drawing of what she did at the little diner, and then he goes completely apeshit. Which
he goes apeshit after he sees the picture of her in love with Josh.
No. He saw the first drawing and got really pissed off about it, and then sees the drawing of Josh and then hands it to Rebecca, and then storms out. Then at the hospital, Enid comes in.
Well, no, you got to get to the part where he gets to the he goes to beat up Josh at the grocery store, and then gets choked out by Pony.
He picks up Josh. He yells at Josh because he was in on the thing.
Yeah.
And
first off, he doesn't do shit to Josh.
No,
he tries to push over an aisle rack and he can't do it.
Which is really sad because those things will fall if you give them enough of a nudge.
I mean, there must have been bolted in.
You'll sneeze in any sort of direction that it is facing, and those fucking things will fall apart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not hard to make those things fall
apart. It's not like it's
But it was hilarious because Pony comes by and chokes him out. And then the shop owner pulls a gun on him. He's like, "Whoa, dude, I don't want things to get violent." And then just walks out of the store.
He chokes him out with nunchucks. That's what I love the most. Is he chokes him out with nunchucks.
Doug is by far the best part of this movie.
Did you by chance either one of you watch? There was a scene, I guess a blooper scene at the very end of the film.
No.
So it's that
I turned
scene.
it off as soon as the credits began to roll.
That's fair. So it's that scene. Apparently, Seymour flipped Tony, Doug, over and kind of kicked him or something, and then that's right, motherfucker, and walked out the door.
That's fun.
Yeah,
I like what we got better though.
I mean, it works. It obviously makes more sense why what happened, but yeah. But then he gets into the hospital. Enid comes finally after she was supposed to go and move in all of her stuff to the apartment with Rebecca. She had finally said, "Hey, I'm going to move in with you. I'll bring all my stuff over at noon." 3 hours later, doesn't show up. Seymour shows up. All that stuff happens. She finally shows up at the hospital, the outpatient clinic, and he's like, "Hey, yeah, here's the notebook. I saw what you drew, so I found out about everything." And she calls him an idiot. It's like, you didn't look at the rest of the book. Starts flipping through it, and you see that, while she was making fun of him in the beginning, she actually did kind of fall in love with him, which is kind of creepy, kind of weird.
Yeah, her whole character is kind of creepy and weird, though.
I mean, I went to high school with girls that were like that. They the predatory old dudes, would find younger girls and they would just be infatuated with them because they thought that they were cool.
But that's the thing. He wasn't trying to be infatuated with her. He ended up getting that way because she hung around the entire time.
But that's the point. Is they don't. More often than not, the guys aren't interested in the beginning because they know that they're too young.
Right.
But then the second that they start getting paid any sort of attention, which is what happens with Seymour starts to like the attention that she's giving him, and therefore he's like, okay, well, I'm just going to keep you around, and not keep you around, but he likes the attention, so they're going to, air quotes, just be friends, right?
Right, because once he gets Dana,
yeah.
the girlfriend, he kind of pulls away from Enid, and she knows that, which is why she has the falling out. And then obviously her world comes crashing down because of the painting, the poster Which how that got like how she's able to bring that into the summer school class. Which
her teacher ate it up. Her teacher ate it up.
Yes, but
okay. So wait, we should probably explain what the poster is.
Yeah, we did back up. Well, first off, we did back up a little bit. So she got told, like when she got handed her diploma, she was told she has to go to summer school to finish out her art grade.
So she would have never gotten a diploma in the first place.
I don't think she would have been able to walk.
No, she wouldn't have because we graduated 2 years.
That's not true. That's not true. They let people who had to go to summer school in my school still walk and get pictures taken and all that stuff, and then they had to go to summer school to finish their classes.
Interesting. They wouldn't let us walk. They literally told us if you want to graduate, you have to get these.
Everything had to be done before the end of that year, or you were done. And
So
I guess New York was
school to school basis. Okay.
As long as you passed the New York Regencies, that's all they cared about.
Okay.
So, because like a lot of the stuff that kids had to go to school for was like non-Regents based stuff, but it was just because they just didn't fulfill class requirements. It was weird. Okay. So, like participation in government, stuff like that.
So she gets put in the summer class, which is this art class, and the teacher is kind of out there.
The teacher is the same lady that is the school counselor in The New Guy.
Yes, which is fun. I like that movie. That's
I couldn't at first. I couldn't remember, and then she started talking. I'm like, oh, she just needs longer hair, and
I know her as she's in one episode of the Drew Carey Show where she plays a vegan. And the whole crux of it is she wants Drew to stop eating meat, and it bothers everybody. And then Mimi ends up getting her to eat like regular meat, but by lying to her and telling her that it was a veggie burger or something like that. And then she like really likes the taste of it and can't stop eating it. It just the episode's forever burned into my brain. That's why she has to. That's why she leaves Drew. It's like a whole thing. Anyway, but like her voice is like very iconic.
Mm-hmm. Love it.
Yeah.
So this art class, she's basically
a terrible art teacher.
Terrible
art teacher.
She lets them do whatever in this art, like not do whatever, but like
no, she literally tells them you can use any kind of medium, any kind of whatever you feel like using, whatever you like to use. That's what you're going to do, and then she starts belittling these kids because they don't do things that are politically motivated or
I would say that.
Well, not that they don't do the thing that she wants them to do very specifically.
That's because she wants it to be some kind of either political motivation or some kind of making a statement about like current events or about like.
But specifically her statements. Like it's very important to point out that everything at one point I think it's the teacup with the tampon in it.
Yeah.
Where like the girl's just kind of like, and she's literally telling her what her art is supposed to represent.
She's making it up as she goes, which I mean, Enid is too when she brings in the poster, but like, what are you doing here? Like, it makes no sense. What the hell what these art projects are?
Oh, I 100% had an art teacher in college that was exactly like this.
Really? So that's the kind of art teacher that would accidentally fall underneath a bus or something.
Yeah. She still passed me. I couldn't argue with her, but yeah, I remember regularly having to do projects that I was like, this is not the project I want to do. It's the project she wants me to do. And I just hated them. I hated those projects.
Yeah, that's because it's not actually art when you're doing it like that. It's an assignment.
Yep, 100%. So
I was lucky. We had a teacher at Norwell, Mr. Prentice, who was the coolest art teacher I have ever had to deal with. He'd be like, okay, first thing we did in class was he's like, I have 3 assignments for you. He's like, you're going to paint, or you're going to draw 3 different things. One of them is going to be what you think your A+ artwork looks like. One of them is going to be what your C work looks like, and one of them is going to be what an F would look like for you. And he kept those, and he used those to grade all the rest of our work throughout the year.
That's a genius idea.
Yeah. And then on top of that, he would tell you, like, he'd be like, okay, this is the project we're doing. Here's the art room. Figure out how you want to do it.
That's
and,
awesome.
Like, it was awesome. Like this
He's a great
mask
teacher.
right here, I made that in his class because we had to make we had to make a mask of some kind. So I used paper mache and or not paper mache, plaster gauze. And he's like, I don't care what you guys do. I don't care how you guys build it. He's like, just make a mask. And I'm like, all right, cool. We're gonna have fun. This thing also weighs like 5 pounds. It's ridiculous.
It's heavy.
It's heavy, yeah. And it's very sharp on the edges. But other than that, like, but like it was just awesome. He just let us do whatever we wanted. Our final in his class, he's like, okay, he's like, here's a cube. On each side of the cube, I want you to make a different idea or something that you whatever. He's like, you can add things to it, you can make things come out of it, whatever you want to do, And like it was awesome. Like it was just a great class.
I remember doing a drawing of like a half picture, like Batman on one side, Joker on the other, like meshed together. I still have it somewhere. Really, really cool art piece in that class.
But just a great teacher. And this lady was awful, and I hated every minute that she was teaching them on screen because it just made me want to stab her.
Yeah. So the art piece in question, we beat around the bush here. So the place that Seymour worked at was a place called Cook's Chicken.
Mm-hmm.
I guess originally it was called Coon's Chicken.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess it actually is a real place out west. Or used to be a real place out west that actually did change to be called Cook's Chicken sometime in the 50s. But it is exactly what you think. If it touches on the racial stereotypes.
Yeah.
And that is what she brought in to talk about.
Very stereotypical what you would expect a black person who would make chicken
in the 20s
at a
and
restaurant
30s,
in the 20s and 30s would have looked like. Yes.
And it got a reaction out of the students, and the teacher was like, you know what? I like it. It's a good piece.
We should even specify that the poster came from Seymour because Seymour is a guy who collects a lot of things. He collects historical things, specifically from like the 20s, 30s, and 40s. That's where all of his music was based out of, all that stuff. Mm-hmm. And he worked for this place and he collected the poster. They, prior to that happening, the class before that, talked about, was it objectivism or objective, which is essentially just taking art and being like, hey, I took this and I'm going to explain to you. Yeah, found art. And I'm going to explain to you what I think it's supposed to represent, and therefore it is my art. Which is like that's what the teacup with the tampon in it was supposed to be. So she just takes the poster and brings it to the class and is like, this is like just to represent prejudice. Like, and the teacher had to like walk her through it because even Enid herself didn't actually know completely what the problem with it was. She knew that it was offensive, but she herself did not educate herself enough to see the problem in that, which I thought was interesting. And also, real quick, when she asks a question, which is funny because there is literally a literal Nazi in this movie that she's like literally friends with. Well, I guess kind of quasi friends with. But she asks, like, what are you, some type of neo? Does she say Nazi?
No, she says, are you
Klansman?
Klansman, yeah. Are you
Klansman? Yeah. And he's like, yeah. I'm some kind of Klansman. And it is always weird when you watch people who are just objectively interested in history and collecting parts of history have things that are clearly racially insensitive. But Seymour looks at it and says, this is a piece of history, and therefore it is interesting to me and the story that comes behind it. Meanwhile, at that record store, there is a literal Nazi dude who is like covert punk guy, which is like something that I saw a ton when I was in college at like punk shows and stuff, where these like pretentious fucking asshole dudes who would just make Jew jokes the whole time and like just like all like yeah, that dude. I don't remember his name in the movie. Was it Joel? Maybe
I don't recall.
Something
I
like
just
that.
want to punch him in the face.
It was just like, oh my god, like everything that she did was, it just had to be about how she was apparently Jewish.
Mm-hmm.
And it was just like, oh my god. And it's like, yeah, it was just like weird skinhead culture, but he's not a skinhead, he's just a prep, and it's just like, oh yeah. Anyway, sorry. He made me so angry. I wasn't sure if we were gonna
No.
I didn't know if we were gonna bring it up, but yeah, fuck that guy. Literally all the way to hell. Those people are the fucking worst. Anyway, what were we talking about? Oh, so she brings it to the class, and the teacher loves it and embraces it, and so much so that she's
scholarship.
Got her a
scholarship to this like place in where
it's like an art academy. It's supposed to be like a 1 year college
or something like that.
Yeah. And get her a 1 year scholarship to go, which originally her and Scarlett Johansson's character were not going to go to college. Like that was their whole thing, was that they were going to be different, because you have to remember, this is a movie of counterculture. Like they just, are they counterculture? No, they're posers wanting to be counterculture.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. Again, because they're
that's actually kind of how I described her to Alfie earlier.
they're kids who don't want to grow up until they have to grow up. Rebecca, Scarlett Johansson's character, realizes it sooner than Enid does. Yeah. That she has to grow up, and that's why she's anytime they're out at the diner, she's looking in the paper, looking at apartments. She is trying to find, like, she's at her job, actually working. And also, when the one guy in the wheelchair comes in to look at the trivia question,
creepy dude,
yeah, what, like, how are they allowing the guy? How are they allowing him to use a laptop? Like that's
how those trivia things work. Yeah,
exactly.
I mean,
anyways,
that's my mom. My mom my mom does trivia and looks at the question to answer it. Yeah, she does that all the time.
I just thought that was kind of bullshit.
It's a boomer. It's a boomer thing, man.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. Oh, I want my
they care more. Yeah, they want their free coffee, and they want to be right more than they want to
actually
enjoy
have fun with it.
Yeah, to have fun with it. Yep. Good times. Shout out to my mom. But so they go and they have this like a final art gallery week, and they put the poster up. The whole thing that Seymour says is, please don't take the poster. I guess he doesn't let her finally do it, but he's like, yeah, like my job gets really like doesn't want to talk this news out and stuff like that. They're trying to like get rid of the our history and stuff like that. So like probably not a good idea that you take it, but he lets her take it anyway. They put it up in the gallery, and a lot of people are offended by it, and they want to take it down. And the teacher's like, no, why are you trying to censor art? Like, why don't we have the artist explain why it exists?
Her wanting to have a discussion about it, actually, I did agree with that part of it.
Yes, that I agree too. That's the whole point of fucking art.
Exactly. That was the only good thing that teacher did.
Yes.
As far as I was concerned,
she was a terrible teacher.
Yeah.
A terrible teacher. Making them watch that fucking movie she made was like right off the bat. It was just
Mir,
like, oh,
father. The fuck.
And it was like all Christian coded, and a baby doll being dismembered with fake blood.
Weird.
It was like, yeah, it was just like, it was a fucking shitty 90s college fucking
apparently thing. That's a real film too. Somebody actually did make that.
I completely believe that.
Yeah.
And so they are trying to take it down. In the process, a guy takes a bunch of the photos.
A guy from the newspaper actually takes a photo as it's being taken down,
which has a really old camera for some reason. Like he had that was a flash bulb camera.
Well, or 98. I mean,
technically this takes place in 98. But still, it was a flashbulb camera. It looked like it was from the 80s. It was weird. Anyway.
I mean, it might have been. It was for a local newspaper, so.
Yeah, that's very true. And it makes the news. And does Seymour get fired?
Yes. 100%.
Okay. I missed the part if he actually got fired.
Well, because they don't actually say it.
Yeah, but we find out he's living with his mom, and.
Yeah, he gets brought into the office. Next time we see him, well, after he goes and tries to see Enid because she ruined his life. After therapy, his mother picks him up and asks what he wants for dinner.
Right. And that's supposed to be sometime, after a couple months after, I think he said.
Right.
But anyway, so yes, and then so he gets fired because of that. And that's how she ruined his life. I think it was how we were trying to get there.
Yeah.
How he ruined his own life, but how she definitely had a big part of it.
Yeah, he ruined his own life.
He could have avoided that whole thing by not doing things that he knew he shouldn't have done.
He could have 100% avoided that by not befriending a fucking child.
Right there. Well, it's all because she felt bad for him after she got
was
to know him.
A terrible person to him.
Right.
Yeah. And she also did nothing to try. Well, okay, she did nothing to get his job back, but I have a theory as to why that was. Do we want to dive into that?
Let's hear
it. Go ahead.
We've got 9 minutes. Go for it.
Okay.
We got how long we want.
So at the end of the movie,
shout out to Chuck's best friend.
There is an entire shout out to my best friend. There's an entire overarching thing of this idea that there's a man that sits on a bench who clearly has like dementia or Alzheimer's or something of that nature. Mm-hmm. And he is waiting for a bus that's never going to come.
Because the bus service was discontinued 2 years prior.
Correct. But he still sits there and he waits. And no matter when she goes, he's always there waiting for the bus.
She says it's something that she can count on.
Him always being there. And he says, don't count on it.
Right.
Okay.
I think he says like, I'm sorry to burst your bubble, but I'm getting out of town.
Yeah. Right. I'm heading out of town. And so it is after you have to help me totally remember. When does she see him finally get on the bus?
It's just before she decides that she's not living with Scarlett Johansson and after she's talked to what's-his-face in the hospital.
Yeah, so it's basically after...
No, the hospital happens after that.
Oh, does it? I don't remember.
Yes, I am 99% sure that it happens...
No, it's after her dad tells her that Maxine's going to be moving in with them.
Okay. That would make sense.
She goes to the bus stop to see him because he is like the last bastion of, everything that...
right.
That he's the only normal, constant thing.
The importance of where this scene happens does kind of play into my theory.
Hold on, I'm looking it up.
But I am almost sure that it is before she does not show up when they expected her to show up the next day. Because she sees him at night and finally gets on the bus. And I believe that is the night before.
Okay, so it says here, Enid visits Seymour in the hospital to apologize and later reconciles with Rebecca. As Enid watches from across the street, Norman boards an out-of-service bus. The next day, Seymour, now living with his mother, discusses the summer's events with his therapist and attempts to get a fresh start. Meanwhile, Enid returns to the bus stop and boards the out-of-service bus when it arrives, giving in to her childhood fantasy of running away from home and disappearing.
That's fair enough. She probably did end up on the back of a milk carton because somebody picked her up and chopped her into little pieces in the woods.
So there is a...
let me tell... Can I say my theory
finish your thought before I...
So originally, my shit kind of falls apart here a little bit because I swear that this happened before she goes to the hospital to see Seymour and then her end scene with Rebecca, where she talks to Scarlett Johansson on the thing. What I thought was she sees the guy on the bench. He gets on the bus. He leaves. That night, she kills herself, and therefore everything that happens after that. So the part that her getting on the bus actually happens that night. She makes that decision. She gets on the bus, and the timeline would be kind of like misconstrued then. She gets on the bus because there's no destination where it's going. She didn't have to have a ticket to get on. She just simply got on, sat on the bus, and it drove away.
So did Norman. Same thing. I noticed that too.
Right. So if you watch the rest of the scenes where I thought that was happening, she talks to Seymour with nobody else around.
Right.
She talks to Rebecca with nobody else around.
Right.
There's both moments where she holds their hand and then kind of breaks away. She says thank you to Seymour, thank you for everything and having the book, holds hands, walks away. Rebecca holds her hands, holds her for a minute, but she's like, I'm going to be late for work, and then goes and walks away. That actually is what she wrote in her suicide letter to them for them to have closure on her taking her own life for how she has ruined their lives.
I mean, the bus could be a allegory for
right.
Yeah.
So
because she never interacts with more than one person after, like when she sees but this made a little bit more sense when I thought that scene was before she saw Seymour and Rebecca.
Now that still could have been her saying goodbye right before she killed herself.
Here's the
thing.
That
too.
Here's the thing.
But sorry. But it would explain why they couldn't find her when she was supposed to show up.
Sure.
Because she had already killed herself. That was my point of why that's how Rebecca and Seymour ended up together. Like in that moment, and the whole story is then explained, is that she actually already killed herself.
So my original thinking was that she had ran away at that first moment.
I thought that too.
Then him ending up in the hospital, she came back. That being said,
how would she have known though?
Right.
Yeah.
That being said, though, the movie ends with her on the bus driving away.
Mm-hmm.
However, you're not the only one thinking that the bus was her dying, her committing suicide. Apparently, when the film came out, a lot of people asked the director if that was the case. And he was like, that was not what I was meant. I have no idea why you guys take it that way. But he has come to actually accept that as the ending since the movie came out. So you're not off in that thinking. When I watched it, that was kind of the thinking I thought. Because, again, Norman, who's sitting on that bus stop for at least the whole entire summer, doesn't move.
Yeah.
Waits for that bus to show up. Bus, again, has no destination. He walks on. He sits down. Doesn't pay for anything. Bus drives off. Enid is like, okay. Goes over there. Sits down. Bus shows up immediately. She gets on. Doesn't pay for anything. No destination. Drives off. That's it. Like, what the hell? So, I kind of took it that she may have committed suicide. Now we didn't see it, so
I think that's the theory. Like, I think the ambiguousness of it is like meant to make you think, right?
Right, exactly.
Yeah. But that was like my whole theory, and I brought it up to my friend Ray, who was the one that was like, "This is one of my top 3 favorite movies of all time," and she was just like, "I've never considered that, but now that you mention it, it does make a lot more sense." But she also couldn't remember the sequence of the scenes, at like where everything fell.
But here's the thing, though: like, you could not be. We also could have an unreliable narrator there at the end too. The way you're saying it could actually still be possible, because if I remember correctly, after she leaves, like after the fallout, after she leaves the teacher and realizes that she can't get the scholarship, and literally after her whole world falls apart, we see her walking away. She disappears. We don't see her for a couple days. So it could be possible that is what's going on. And then her, like, maybe she did see that happen at one point. And so, she is, like, what we're seeing there at the end is what actually happened in that time frame. And then, her coming back to Seymour, to Rebecca, is her saying goodbye.
Yeah.
Wow.
I don't know.
I have one other note.
Okay.
So, Eden and her dad live in kind of a shitty apartment, right?
Yeah.
And it's just the two of them. And she has her own phone in her room with her own phone line and her own answering machine.
Yep.
They had a lot more money than they were coming off as.
Maybe they only had the one answer machine, and because she's a teenager, he let her have it.
I mean, I guess her dad was kind of a pushover, like just letting her do whatever she wanted, and didn't really stand up to her, or like even when he was talking to her about his own life, he was very like bumbling and hesitant. Also, who the hell is that guy?
Oh, he plays Phoebe.
So familiar.
He plays Phoebe's dad on Friends. That's the only thing I've ever known him from.
Because I feel
he's also on Broad City. Did you ever watch Broad City?
No, but I feel like he was a bad guy in something, and I don't remember what.
Well, that I don't know.
I don't know.
Close Encounters of the Third Kind.
I've never seen that.
It's all right. It's only all right.
But it also might just be an actor that looks similar to him, and I've just got him confused with somebody else.
Right. I thought he was the villain from the first Indiana Jones. He's not.
Are you talking about the German guy?
Oh, the guy who got his face melted?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's
okay.
It's not him. The little guy, not the melty guy, but the guy that got the thing burnt on his hand.
Yeah, I mean he still gets his face melted off at the end.
Yeah,
I thought he just got completely melted. But let's see what else is at the end.
Good movie.
Great movie. Yeah, I don't know.
I would argue the only good one.
Oh, I love Last Crusade.
No, I can't stand it.
I mean, Raiders is great. Don't get me wrong, but Last
I
Crusade
love the original three. I mean, they progressively got worse, but nothing was as bad as the Crystal Skulls. So.
All right, put them on the list. Okay, so they should be all
right. They got comics. They got comics. I know. They got video games. So
Indiana Jones will have to be like a partial year thing that we do, where we do like one every quarter.
That's what I'm saying. They're not going to be on the list for this year. We'll probably put them on for next year, but this year's already pretty much full up. My last note I got is the we got the Welcome to Derry song in this. The smile and the ribbon when they're at the end there when she was.
Yeah, I've never seen Welcome to Derry. So
why not? You should watch it. It's on HBO Max.
Oh, is it? Oh, speaking of streaming services, I dropped my Disney Plus recently because Disney laid off 1,000 artists because they switched them to AI. So fuck Disney. I hope you all rot in hell. Especially
they dropped the AI.
Huh?
They dropped the AI, the Sora. They laid off because they're greedy fucks.
Yeah, they were just cost cutting.
They laid off 1,000 artists after they trained AI on their art. Like there's a whole news article about it out this week. Which when you guys hear this will be a month ago this week, but
I mean, to the surprise of no one.
Yeah.
So alrighty.
That's Disney for you.
Yeah, exactly.
I'll
be there in a couple weeks.
Wow, way to support the man, Joey.
Yeah, go to Lego where there's definitely no issues. Go to Legoland. There's definitely no issues at Lego at all.
Yeah. What's our kill count, Joey?
0, technically. Yeah. Because we didn't see them die.
That's wrong. It's 1. Because my interest in this was killed like a third of the way.
Yeah, I don't know that. You tell me that now. I'm not going to put that down here.
No limbs either?
No limbs.
All right, you ready for the big, long bingo list?
Yeah, we should have a good amount here.
Product placement, betrayal by a friend, sexual innuendo.
Oh, really? That's it?
That's it.
Huh, okay.
Because
implied nudity? I mean, to be fair, we saw Pony's abs.
Well, I guess that's true. They were allegedly naked in his bed, so we could go implied nudity on that.
Yeah.
but there was no government interference, comic book logic. There was no responsibility thing. There was no dying mentor or dead parents.
Well, you can do a responsibility thing with.
I think her mom was dead.
Was she?
I think that was unless Maxine was actually her mom.
I don't think so.
I
didn't get that either.
I mean, they never said her mom was dead. Her mom could have just been, gone.
True, out of the. I guess.
I would say responsibility
because when she was flipping through the photo book that Rebecca had of her, because also this whole like, oh, they just let me borrow it and then you just keep it forever is like fucking weird. Like that happens a couple of times.
No, don't get me wrong. I've actually done that with a few things with some friends, and I kind of forgot, and then they moved away, and I'm like, oh shit, I should give this back to them.
Yeah, but this is like,
I mean, still have the
Seymour legitimately stole that.
Oh yeah,
poster, but the photo book was weird.
Yeah,
I
still have the Zelda walkthrough for Ocarina of Time that I borrowed off of a kid in 8th grade. So
you still got a couple of my movies too.
Yeah, I have the Gentlemanly Affairs one, and
you have Extraordinary Gentlemen.
No, the
Ungentlemanly Warfare. Or
there we go. The Department of Ungentlemanly Warfare, or whatever the hell it's called.
Oh, I like that movie.
With Superman and
Reacher,
and some other guys. But anyways, and then what else do I have?
I got some comics as well.
Oh yeah, I have a whole bag of comics.
Yeah, we'll get to those eventually. All right. Well, then Chuck. What do you got for
this looks good. Matrix is like it still looks good, and also this is like one of those movies where it's like, oh, what a fun little time capsule. It definitely, they did a really good job of capturing what the late 90s looked like. Especially probably I think this is supposed to take place in the West Coast, so I thought it was cool. I don't know, one out of I don't know, a bunch. One out of a bunch. Looks good. Somebody do the math on that.
Works for me.
Perhaps a bushel. Maybe a peck.
What about a hugger on the neck?
Ooh, saucy.
Okay, so not a Muppet. I'm going with Doug.
Yeah. Doug choking on a Muppet really would have been hilarious.
Yeah.
And
the only thing funnier than that would have been Seymour, although that makes the entire rest of the movie super creepy. Because if it's Seymour, then he's getting choked out by a Muppet with abs, and that's kind of cool.
If you are Seymour and you have sex with a puppet, is that just you getting a hand job from a puppeteer?
God damn it, you've made this joke every fucking time, Ron. Put it on the bingo. Ron said the Muppet sex joke.
Oh, damn it. Yeah.
What about you, Joey? Who do you think is not the Muppet?
Oh, I couldn't really think of one. I mean, Doug is good. Seymour's good.
I kind of like the idea of Joel. What's his name?
The racist dude?
No. Or, yeah, that was Joel. No. Their friend. Josh. Because he's just at that point then just being so fucking annoyed by two Muppets the entire time. And also getting yelled at by a Greek, apparently. Greek man.
Weird Al. Weird Al's not the Muppet because he's got that cool hair.
Oh, dude, that dude was creepy as fuck.
Right?
Yeah.
Very weird. Creepy.
Not so much Al.
Yeah. This movie does a really good job of making you feel uncomfortable.
Yes.
Which I think is its full intention.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like it. Yeah, I'll get into it.
It's basically because like these two in the very beginning were complete assholes. And they were meant to be assholes until you realize
they were the awkward kids. I mean,
they made themselves the awkward kids.
They were the freaks and geeks. You know what I mean? Like they became friends because they were kind of pushed out by everybody else. But secretly, they actually wanted to be. We see that with Rebecca.
One girl was trying to be friends with them, like inviting them out.
Yeah, but she was a fucking dork.
Oh,
like,
yeah, 100%.
I wouldn't hang out with her either.
Sure.
But she's just a super loser who didn't have any friends who thought they were cool.
But also, Rebecca kept getting people coming up to her, inviting her places, like the one guy who invited her out to like the one guy who invited her out to the one
the concert, alien
autopsy or whatever. Yeah,
alien
like,
autopsy.
Invited her, both of them, sort of, and Rebecca was all ready to go, but Enid stood her up to go wait on Seymour to see how his terrible date was going to be.
But that right there, that was Rebecca's fault for not going out and enjoying that, because she
should have. Yeah. And instead, she sat at home, and then when Enid called her, she was like, "Oh, well, I'm going to go out with some friends instead." And, well, we're getting ready to go. Okay, bye. It's like,
yeah,
Enid's a terrible friend.
100%.
So, Chuck,
what would you rate this if you had 10 points to spend on it?
Or lower.
All right. Okay, so here's the deal. I think this may be a me movie. I actually really like this movie. I thought it was really interesting. It was uncomfortable in all the ways that I kind of enjoy it to be. And I think the more that I watch it, the more this is a movie that I could go back and rewatch, and I would get something else from it. I think it really truly captures the idea of what it's like to be an awkward teenager trying to figure out what the fuck you want to be with your life and what you're doing, after graduation and stuff like that. I'd argue that when this came out, this was 2001's version of Superbad, because like I saw Superbad when I graduated high school, and it like legitimately changed some stuff for me. So like I get why people kind of fell in love with this. It's awkward and it's weird, and it does a really good job of character development, because we see that a bunch with Rebecca and Enid throughout it, where they think that they have to be these outcasts, but realistically they just kind of want to be normal people at times. Rebecca throughout the movies, even when she's like buying the cups and she wants to buy like the cool, cute cups, and Enid makes fun of her because of it. But then at the bar, when Seymour takes her to the blues concert to meet that guy who like he's got a 78 of like of only one of two castings of it or something like that. She like is looking around at like all the other guys, and she like changes her outfit and tries to look more presentable, because she realizes that she does want that. She wants to be an adult and get that attention too. And I don't know. There's just some really clever stuff in this. Joy, I do have to ask: did you feel attacked by Seymour when she first shows up, and she's just like, "Wow, this place is like my dream," and he's like, "Well, you think collecting a bunch of crap is cool?" And
there was the comment. I think it was Dana who had said something to him about collecting is for losers or something like that. And I'm like, well, hold on now.
No, he says it. He says like collecting is just.
But Dana had said to him that like collecting all the stuff would be for losers or something, right?
No, it was before. It was before. It's when Enid first is like in his apartment, and she's checking out how cool is like how she thinks how cool his stuff is, and he's just like, no, he's like, I just wish I wasn't socially awkward and could like talk to people and have friends and be social, but instead I collect stuff. I felt a little attacked in that. I didn't really appreciate that all that much.
Yeah, but here's the thing: we're not socially awkward. We have friends.
Disagree. I don't. I figured out I do. I got you two, and that's about it. That being said, I think.
Whoa! You have just made an egregious error, and I need you to correct it right now.
Yeah, Chris is gonna be mad at you.
Oh, I do love Chris. Well, Chris is more than just a friend. Chris is like, I don't know.
You know what? Hey, you need to give him a shout out right now this week. And I know by the time you listen to this, his voice should be back. But he lost his voice last week. I had to step in for him at Marvel Alliance.
Oh shit!
What happened?
Like, he got sick.
You know what? Fever. Shout out to my super awesome, super duper best friend, I'm going to say. Who, if you ever need me to step in, Chris, you just let me know, buddy. I'll come in. I will come in and drop all of your listeners for sure in one episode. That being said, I think that this, I don't know, maybe I was just in the mood to watch this. My expectations were low. I don't know. I think I got a lot more out of this than I was expecting, and what you guys got. 8.12. 8.12. I really enjoyed this movie, and I would watch it again. It doesn't pass the Janero continuum, though. I'm not putting this on and making fun of it with friends because I don't think it's a movie you can make fun of.
There's very little you can make fun of in it. Like you can, there's stuff you can make fun of, but not a lot.
Yeah, there's stuff that you can make fun of, but it's like it's all
they make fun of
being and Steve Buscemi being a creepy dude hitting on a 17-year-old. You know,
the one family when they're driving to wherever, the one family that's walking across the street.
In his defense, though, when you are walking in front of somebody like that and they are driving and you were just taking your sweet ass time,
right,
I'd have been yelling out the window. I wouldn't have been nice enough to leave my window rolled up. I'd have been like, "Hey, you want to move your fucking ass so I can get the hell past you?"
Yeah, no, that was anytime anytime like a car stops and to let you pass, I'm like rushing over. I'm not taking my sweet ass time.
Yeah,
like,
no.
One more thing, I completely forgot about this because I wanted to bring it up. So she goes into the sex store with him, right?
Yeah.
And makes him super uncomfortable. Like she keeps making fun of everybody that's in there. She's like, wow, somebody would actually fuck this and like this and that and the other, and making him super uncomfortable. And then when they're at the bar and he is uncomfortable and he's like, oh, well, I don't want to watch, I'm trying to listen to this guy play music. And they've got their stupid sports playing. And she keeps like shushing him and acting like he's embarrassing her. Like that kind of annoyed me because first off, she shouldn't even be able to get into that bar.
Unless it was a sports bar, which you can.
No.
it was a venue bar, but like in New York, if you're underage, you just get your hands marked.
Florida, same thing. Like you can go to Florida, kids can sit at the bar.
That's Florida, Joey. Are we really basing shit on Florida right now?
But I'm just saying, like other states you can go. I mean, I know this is 1998 allegedly, but like other states you can go.
Yeah, they're still smoking indoors in 98. Like true, no, there were no rules. There were no rules. Y'all remember smoking indoors?
I'm so glad that is a past thing because it's fucking disgusting. Because if you go to places now where they still smoke inside, because there are places that are like not in cities and stuff where they do that shit, it's disgusting. And you leave smelling like you rolled around in somebody's fucking ashtray.
Yeah, I remember when I worked at Peyton's and
the break room.
When we would go play euchre with Kenny, it was me, him, Justin, and George, maybe. I don't remember which. But yeah, we'd play euchre in the smoke room because Kenny had the smoke and fucking sucks.
And dude, that room was a standard cloud of smoke, which for like Joey and I, it was like right here. For everybody else, it was like, like this. But like you could not, and you could open the door next to you in that place and the whole break room would stink like smoke.
Yeah.
I sat in there one day talking to Kenny, and when I first started working there, and I was like, hey, dude, I'm just going to sit out here and eat my lunch. I can't taste my food in here. Yeah,
it was bad.
And he's like, oh, it's not that bad. Like fucking just it was gross. That I am so glad that I'm not a smoker because that shit's
agreed. All right, what you got, Ron?
So I was not feeling this movie at all today. I watched it first thing this morning, and it wasn't that interesting to me. Not that, like, there were certain parts of it that were kind of interesting, but for the most part, it didn't. I'm not a big drama person, first off, and this is a very drama-oriented movie. I don't particularly like dramas because it's too much real-world thought into it, and I want to escape into movies. I don't want to have to think about real life, issues like, predatory elderly men and,
Don't watch The Boys then.
What's that?
Don't watch The Boys then.
But that's got superheroes in it. So obviously it's not real. It's definitely not covering real world issues, Joey.
Oh, okay. Anyway.
But it just, I don't know. And I had a hard time getting through it. Like, it took me a long time to watch it because I kept pausing it because I was, well, first off, it was kind of slow. So I was kind of like, nodding off a little bit, like not falling asleep, but definitely like not, like I would lose like my ambition to watch it. So I would stop and do something else. Like I stopped and read for a little bit, and then I, stopped and got some food and just stuff to like, because I don't, the movie was depressing. Like in a sense, it was very depressing, and I'm not a big fan of. I don't know. I gave this a 3.18. I will never watch it again. I probably wouldn't recommend it to anybody either, unless they would specifically fall into one of the categories of these characters. I don't know. It's not my particular type of movie. It's just not. It's like, I don't know. Joey?
I actually like this movie. I actually had a good time with it. It was one of those movies that, yeah, it's a drama, and I do like dramas. It started out awkward. It had a few laughs there at the at other people's expense, which was awkward, but it's whatever. But no, like I really enjoyed this. Seeing Doug fighting the shop owner outside of the shop was kind of fun. But the story of Enid, and like I said, her basically coming of age story, and her coming to grips with just trying to become an adult.
But does she come to grips with it, or does she kill herself at the end of the movie?
Well, that's
or
what
does
saying.
She run away at the end of the movie?
Who knows? That's the ambiguous part. But like her journey into just that, her trying to figure out what's going on with her life and not figuring it out, not really understanding, it was interesting to me. I really liked it. I thought it was a good movie. Like I would watch this again. I gave it a 7.13. I had a good time with it. So
I will say, go ahead.
No, you're good. What's up?
I was gonna say they do use the R word a lot in this movie.
Yeah, that bothered me a little bit.
Well, I remember.
That's a product of its time. I mean,
yeah, that's
right,
part
exactly.
of its time. But...
Joey, in 2001, you were using the R word a lot too. So
yeah, I probably was. But I think the comic itself. Let's see, when did the comic come out? Why did that disappear? Sorry, there it is. The comic came out in 1993 to 1997. So, yeah, it is definitely one of those that it probably, which makes sense to say that it'd be 1998. So
93 to 97, and this is like not.
It was a 6-issue comic. It was printed in the series 8 ball.
Interesting.
I don't know. Yeah, it was just a little 6-issue run in I think that's an anthology series. I'm not totally sure. So
it's always interesting to see these like 90s comics come out that aren't sci-fi or like superhero based or something like that, because that was like what was really big then. But I think like this, like American Splendor too, came out, during that time.
Drama heavy stuff. Yeah,
it's just weird. Like, it's not horror. It's not over the top.
You see the swing of genres, every decade or so, every few years. Obviously, in the later 2000s, comic book and superhero stuff hit, and we haven't really left that. I mean, we've had a mixture of like uptick in like action or sci-fi heavy stuff, but like obviously in the 2010s to 2020s, it was just comic book superhero. Marvel movies just kind of dominated everything.
True.
So, all right. So yeah, we got a combined score of a 6.14, which drops it in at number 82 out of 199 movies. Just behind Jingle All the Way at a 6.18 and just above Street Fighter at a 6.13.
Okay.
So not a terrible spot.
I like all those movies.
Yeah. So yeah.
I mean, those are all me movies. Jingle All the Way with Arnie.
Yeah.
Street Fighter. Joe, you gonna go see the new Street Fighter movie?
I am actually.
It looks pretty interesting. I'm more looking forward to the Mortal Kombat one.
I'm gonna go.
I didn't even know. I didn't even know that was coming out until I saw the trailer today.
Mortal Kombat.
Really?
Yeah, I didn't even know that was a thing.
It was supposed to be out last year, but kept getting pushed back.
Yeah.
So kind of sucks. But yeah,
They put Johnny Cage in it this time though. That's kind of cool.
Uh-huh. With Keith Urban.
No, Carl Urban.
Whatever.
Yeah, it was Carl Urban? No
Sorry,
fucking way that was Carl Urban. That was not Carl Urban.
He looks just like Butcher in that. What are you
Yeah,
talking
no,
about?
I saw it. I literally saw it. I went, oh, Carl Urban. That's cool.
I was like, oh man, what did they make Butcher a playable character in Mortal Kombat?
Well, I mean, they put Homelander in it. So
Was it Mortal Kombat that they put him in?
yeah, he was in it because you could have Omni-Man fight. I think you could have Omni-Man fight. What's his nuts? Homelander. I think they were the same edition. I don't remember. I know whatever the last one was, all the original DLC characters got carried over. So you could have like
Nice.
Predator and the Xenomorph and
Nice.
fight like Terminator and yeah,
That's
John
awesome.
Cena. I think was something I don't remember. But Fast and Furious movie or something. Anyway, hey, you know where you can find me? That's right here on this network. The last Sunday of every month, we do a little show called Getting Franchise, the latest and greatest media franchises. I'll get it right at some point. And media franchises where we are watching two of the best, possibly greatest, maybe Mexican luchador inspired movies. El Santo. If you don't know who El Santo is, he was one of the founders of Mexican Lucha Libre and became a movie star in the process. But you didn't hire the guy who played Santo. You hired Santo to play in your movies. We watched two movies. Well, we watched one movie with Santo, and then we watched one with Mil Mascaras.
Joey watched 3 movies with Santo.
Joey watched 3 movies, as you'll find out in that episode. But go check those out. Joey will link the movies down below because I don't remember the titles of them. But they were fun and interesting for specifically 2 out of the 3 of us. Because Ron came off of those.
Yeah.
And it was very, very fun. So you can check that out. By the way, I don't know if you know this, but this freaking comic book rundown compendium has so many other freaking shows. Let me tell you about them. Every Monday and Thursday, Joey is dropping a little show called Kamen Rider Chronicles, where he is reviewing Kamen Rider Zetsu and Kamen Rider Ichigo. Listen, Kamen Rider is the coolest thing in the world, but it's not dubbed, so you gotta sit there and read subtitles. I don't know about you. I ain't got the time to do that. I don't even have the attention span to do that. So listen to Joey give you a complete, in-depth, in-your-face, up-your-ass review of everything going on in the Kamen Rider shows. And then, of course, every other Saturday, we have Review Rewind?
Comic Book Rewind.
Comic Book Rewind. I always think it's Review Rewind. I don't know. Comic Book Rewind. We have Comic Book Rewind, which I should know because I just listened to the latest one, and Ron was chewing in my ear the whole time. It was really good. It was really great. Thanks for that, Ron. You know what? I appreciate you muting yourself today.
My pizza was extra crunchy.
yeah, I really appreciate that because I have found out that I forgot how much I hate people chewing in my ear.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Now you know what I got to deal with after the edit that shit.
Also, real quick. By the way, that's every other Saturday. Of course, you can find Ron at Good at This Game and Good Art This Game, where you can see all of his art on Instagram and Bluesky. Still, I think you're on there. And you can find his shirts at our TeePublic store, linked down below. where you can get all of the stupid jokes that I've ever made that Ron has now been turning into shirts. They are fantastic. I wore my Employee of the Month shirt. That's the only gaming franchise one that we've ever turned into. And I wore that the other day, and somebody was like, "Is that the guy from My Bloody Valentine?" I said,
Hell
"Yes,
yeah.
Yes, it is."
Yeah.
And of course, you can email Joe at comicbookrundown@gmail.com with any of your questions, comments. If you're watching on YouTube, make sure you like, subscribe, comment, hype, hit the bell for notifications so you know when this show goes live. And if you leave a comment, we read a comment. It's simple as that, because otherwise Ron and I don't see them. That being said, there's a Dave's Hot Chicken that just opened in our town. Do you guys have a Dave's Hot Chicken?
No.
We have
Okay.
Dave's Delicious Bagels.
Well, I have heard
Oh.
of Dave's Hot Chicken. Actually, it was just somebody just asked about that. Somebody who lives in Michigan,
Okay.
working at GM. So he did just ask
Gotcha.
about that. So yeah, I do know. I've heard of that.
It's kind of like a Chick-fil-A, I guess, if I had to put it in, what the hell's the other one? Popeyes. It's kind of like a Popeyes.
I love Popeyes.
Yeah, it's kind of like a Popeyes. They do like a hot chicken, and they have like mozzarella sticks too. Anyway, they just opened it, so now I'm getting bombarded with ads for it. And there was this one ad where the dude is like biting into a crunchy mozzarella patty or something. It's like a mozzarella sandwich, deep fried mozzarella stick. And it's crunching. He's crunching it right into a fucking microphone. And I'm just curious when we stopped burning people at the stake who chewed directly into the microphones. Like, when did we stop doing that? When did we stop shaming motherfuckers who chew into the goddamn microphones?
When people started getting paid for that, through like ASMR.
I guess. But holy shit, who signed up for that? I don't know. Anyway, did I get all of them? I think I got all of our
we're just
plugs.
waiting on your recommendations now.
Recommendation for the week. Do you want music or do you want beverage? I got two. I'll go let
Why
you
don't
guys
you just do
pick
both
one.
of them?
Do both of them? All right. If I'm going to do music, I'm going to tell you to check out a female-fronted hardcore band by the name of Showing Teeth. They are very good. I just had them randomly come up. I listened to Rip. Rip is a really fucking awesome song. Also, Labyrinth is really good. If you want a new tasty drink, however, Liquid Death just came out with flavored waters. We should really get a sponsor.
Liquid Death has had flavored waters for a while, haven't they? No, those are teas.
They had the teas are phenomenal, but these are actually specifically. So they used to have the seltzer versions where it wasn't all that sweet. These have a little bit more agave, so natural sugar, which is better for you because your body processes it differently. And it's they had a Pinot Colada, which was really, really good, and a Strawberry Terror, which I've really enjoyed. Those are the two that I got. And if you can still find it, Psycho Cider is fucking tops. That's only comes out in the fall though. So those are my two recommendations. Yeah, but check out Showing Teeth. They're fucking rad. So, Ronald?
I am gonna do Dungeon Crawler Carl.
Hey.
Told you it was good.
So much fun. So I started reading this on Libby, which go out there and support your public libraries. But I ran out of time for it because I forgot that I had rented it, and I'd started reading it like 3 days before I had to finish it, and I got 63% of the way through the book, and I needed to finish it. So I bought it.
Let me guess, you was probably already like
30
3 people waiting. Yep.
Yeah.
Because that book's popular as fuck, man.
But it was good enough to where I'm just like, hell, I'm gonna buy it because it is so much fun and it's so very original, and like the achievements and stuff and the stuff is just, it's hilarious.
Achievement. Oh, it's a great book, man. I love that. I might break down and actually get Audible so I can listen to the rest of them.
So I backed the TTRPG that they have for this.
Yeah, I'm not playing that. I'm not gonna lie, I regret doing the Fallout one. But
damn, I mean, you don't have to play, Joey. Jeez.
I want to play, but like I don't have time. That's my problem.
Well, maybe if you weren't watching 3 movies, you didn't have to watch.
Yeah, no, he got you there, bud. You kind of
He's
do
not
this to
wrong.
yourself. Yeah.
Joey's like, yeah, I don't have any time. I'm gonna go back and rewatch an entire series of a TV show. I don't have time for things, but I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna watch all 198 episodes of random
98
show here.
I do it 2 times a week. Shut up.
I'm not
It's
talking
for
about
this,
Kamen
for this
Rider.
network.
I'm not talking about Kamen Rider. I'm talking
Oh.
about like when you're like, oh, I got to go back and rewatch, whatever random TV show it is that somebody talks about. You're like, I haven't seen that in a while. I'm gonna have to go back and rewatch that. And it's like 8 episodes of 24 episode seasons.
Yeah, doing it for a purpose. For
Because
a
you're
reason.
insane.
And
Anyways,
anyway, so when this episode drops, we were talking about Mortal Kombat. I'm going to recommend Mortal Kombat 2 because I've definitely watched it at this point in time, and I definitely had fun. Then I'm also going to recommend my episode of A Walk Through the Multiverse, which is out. Go listen to me talk about that.
yeah, what he said.
Future episode.
Ron,
help me
how
out,
much do you-
future me. What?
Ron, do you want to put $1 on it if he actually likes it or not?
I like
Joey
the
will
first
like
one.
it. Joey will love it.
Do you think it will be a so I really like this, but then he's gonna nitpick it all?
Oh, I'm
Yeah.
definitely nitpick shit.
Yeah,
dude,
okay,
do you not
But
listen to
overall,
Kamen
he's gonna
Rider?
enjoy it.
I
Oh.
do listen to Kamen
I
Rider.
nitpicked the shit out of that thing.
Well, yeah,
Also,
you have to.
I got screwed on the Libby too. I had 2 hours left on Andy Serkis' Lord of the Rings, but I couldn't finish it in time, and I had already renewed it once to try to finish it. So I had used my credit up. So I put myself back in the queue. So in 10 to 12 weeks, I'll get access to it again.
By
Yeah.
that time, you're gonna forget
Yeah.
what you heard.
Yeah, I was like, oh man, I don't remember what it was. But I
All
do
right,
have an
boys.
Audible credit, so maybe I'll get the Dungeon Crawler.
Yeah, because that's the only place you can get Dungeon Crawler.
Yeah.
Dungeon Crawler Carl is Audible. Which
Yeah,
sucks.
I figured
Well,
out
you can
that
get it on Libby too, but they're
no,
great.
the audio version.
the audiobook.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did a contract and with Audible, and that's the only one you can find of that.
Gotcha.
So,
Yeah,
so
he's- Ultimately the bad guy. Go ahead.
our next movie, our 200th episode.
200.
Better be a good one, Joe.
We're watching The Mummy Returns.
Yes.
Oh no!
So it's not good per se,
I
we're gonna
love
have
this movie. I
fun.
think it's great.
Okay.
but
This is objectively not the. I'll have a lot of wrestling.
It's
history for this one.
it's the second best Mummy movie that they made.
Yeah.
I don't know. I did just watch Lee Cronin's The Mummy this past weekend, and
What's that?
It's like a smut.
It's a new mummy. It's a new mummy
It's
movie.
it's a smut mummy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's very smutty.
It's a horror movie.
Shout out to my ex.